Nothing quite compares to Christmas morning when you were a kid, especially if you grew up in the 90s. Despite getting socks from grandma or deodorant from Santa, cheap ass, sometimes our parents would come in clutch and feed our pixelated addiction and get us a brand new video game. In this series, I'm going to cover a few Super Nintendo games that I would have hated to get on Christmas morning. Not because I'm an ungrateful little well, maybe that too, but because some of these games are so bad that my mouth would have been washed out with soap for definitely dropping a few F-bombs. And I'm not talking about figgy pudding, whatever the hell that is.
The fairies and I just made some figgy pudding.
So, let's get into it and start with our biggest disappointing video games to receive on Christmas morning. That is a really long title. I don't know if I'm going to call it that. Let's get into it. Here's a shocking game that you probably didn't even know was made.
Man vs. Machine. Home improvement for the Super NES and Sega Genesis.
Home Improvement. Power Tool Pursuit. First of all, I gotta say, why was this game made? As shocking as it is, Home Improvement was one of the most popular sitcoms in the 90s, but I just don't see why it needed to be made into a video game. The target demographic for video games is usually children, so were there children whose favorite TV show was Home Improvement? If you're one of those kids, leave a comment below. I find you fascinating. Video games based on TV shows are nothing new, of course. Alf, I get. Mission Impossible, I'll allow it, even though I don't understand how to play it. Hell, even Homie D Clown kind of makes sense. But Home Improvement? How do you make a video game based off a TV show that revolves around a middle-class suburban family whose main star, Tim Allen, was once arrested with a pound of cocaine in his luggage at an airport? Actually, that might make a better video game. You play as Tim the Toolman Taylor, who's on a mission to find his missing turbo powerline tools. Seems normal enough, but that's where the normalcy ends. Each level has you platforming through various television sets on the same lot that the fictional show Tool Time is filmed. One thing that I would have hated about this game would have occurred during my Christmas morning ritual of taking a massive dump after inhaling as much candy and popcorn balls as I could handle. That tummy ache was God's way of telling me that while Santa might think I'm a good boy, I'm really on the naughty list for thinking my mom would have liked Dumb and Dumber on VHS as a gift. But I digress. Like any child sitting on the toilet, you need something to distract yourself from the pain. And video game instruction booklets were the best way to get a head start on your upcoming adventure. But Home Improvement didn't believe in sharing anything other than a stereotype by declaring real men don't need instructions. You, Tim, why don't you figure out how to defeat this dinosaur? Because I've tried all of your tools, and it seems to me that they need more power. It's from the show. The game has some interesting concepts, like the variety of tools you use to access different areas of each level. And there is something satisfying about wielding a chainsaw that shoots chainsaw blades? I don't really know what's happening here, but I do know that the game is a confusing mess of where to go. You have to collect hidden crates throughout each of the levels in order to proceed. And let me tell you, it's awful. Between not knowing where I need to go or where I've already been and the ungodly amount of time it takes to kill the enemies, seriously, why is it taking so long to kill this snake with a flamethrower? I wouldn't have had the patience to slog through this game as a kid, and I barely have the attention span to do it as an adult. While it's not the worst game on the SNES, I just really don't like playing it. It's awkward, and there's not one single in the whole game. So do I recommend you play it?
I don't think so, Tim.
My name's Mike. Alright dudes, tomorrow's another day and another chance to be disappointed, so stay tuned. I'll see you later.